What's up, boys? In this video, I've got free picks for you on Saturday, college football Saturday. A lot of the big universities, the big players, quarterbacks, and receivers that we love to target had a bye week last week. So this week, they're back in the action. We're going to have a ton of exposure to them. And in this video, I've got 6 picks for you. Now, each one of these picks is going to triple your money. So if you put $50 down, you win $150. This means $100 of it is profit. The other 50 is just you getting what you risked back. So if we go 2 for 6, we break even. If we win over 2 picks, we profit. If we win 1 or 0 picks, then we lose money. That's how this works. So don't get pissed off if I go 3 and 3 and you say, oh, you only hit half your bets. Well, hey, dummy, we profited. We made money, right? Just like we did last Saturday when I did the same exact video. Now look, VIP plays, the 1-month pass is sold out, season long for $2,000, or the best deal on the board for you guys is this day pass on Saturday. It's $50, gets you all of my picks on Saturday. I'm going to have over 40 bets going down on Prize Picks and Underdog Fantasy. You need to have access to those 2 apps, and you need to have the ability, depending on what state you live in, it's different. You need to have the ability to actually place entries on college football players. There's 83 slots left. This is going to sell out by Saturday morning, so if you're watching this video, you might want to pause it and go purchase that. I'll put a link in the pinned comment of this video. So first up, we're taking Jayden Daniels and Malik Nabers and Coleman. The way I'm structuring these plays, these 2-man entries, is I'm pairing a quarterback and receiver that I think have potential to go off. Jayden Daniels and Malik Nabers have gone off almost every game but one this season. And then I'm making sure that the third player that's paired in here on the double receiver projection is a superstar. I want a player that on his best week will cover this number by himself. Coleman and Malik Nabers, both of those guys are capable for going for 150 yards any given Saturday. They are top players. They're going to play on Sundays. They're going to play in the NFL. And we've seen Malik go for over 200 yards by himself. So this 167 doesn't really scare me. If Jayden Daniels hits, this play should hit. And that's kind of the way we're thinking here. If the quarterback goes over, everything else will follow suit. So 50 to win and 150 when we're really just taking a 50-50 on that quarterback, very solid. It's like flipping a coin and I tell you, hey, when it lands on tails, you lose $50. When it lands on heads, you win 150. You'll flip that coin all freaking day, and that's all we're doing here because we have around a 50% chance of hitting this. We probably have like a 40-45% shot at hitting this. Break even is 33%, so it's plus EV in a big way. And look, guys, the people that make money doing this are people that are very sharp with math. It almost has nothing to do with football. Now, the thing you're getting with me when you hit that subscribe button and you tune into my channel is I'm deep into football and I'm deep into math. So I'm basically hitting them from both angles. Next up, we're going to Georgia and Ohio State. Now, I took Marvin Harrison and Brock Bowers, the #1 tight end, #1 receiver. Both these guys are going to get drafted, the top 10 picks in the NFL draft, if not top 5 picks. Both of these guys easily can go for 173 yards by themselves. The reason I took Carson Beck over the Ohio State quarterback is because if you look at Ohio State games, they really only pass when they need to. And there's a strong chance that Ohio State dominates their opponent this Saturday and doesn't really need to pass it all second half. Now, last week, Maryland pushed them, and they still barely hit their over on passing. Georgia, on the other hand, is a team. They can hit their over on passing. They can get 75% of the way there the first half and go over in the third quarter. And even if the starters are resting in the fourth quarter because it's a blowout, they still can easily hit this number. So 11 a.m. game against Vanderbilt. We're taking Carson Beck and Brock Bowers, and then we're sprinkling Marvin Harrison in there too, which is not a bad guy to have tied into this thing. Oh, man. Next up, we're looking at the game of the season so far. That's right, the game of the season. And I say that because I've got a little futures bet on Washington. If you're new to the channel, I've got $21,000 to win $400,000 on the Washington Huskies. I think they're going to win it all this year. It's the best offense I've seen in college football, and we'll see what they got. They have an extremely talented offensive line. Their receiving core is explosive. Michael Penix is by far the best quarterback in the nation. So on this one, this is the Oregon one. We're taking Bo Nix and Troy Franklin. Rome Odunze. Hey, if you've seen them play one game, you know Rome Odunze. Enough said. this is an easy one. This is a fucking layup right here. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to win. It still could lose, but this is a play that we will take every single week. If you give us Odunze and Troy Franklin and Bo Nix, I don't care who Oregon and Washington are playing, we're taking this every week because they are likely, one of them is likely to go for 125 yards, and the other one probably will go for 100, right? Now, this is the Washington version of that same play. We've got Troy Franklin as the odd man out. And just so y'all know, if you're new to Prize Picks, you have to have a player from 2 different teams. So that is how we're allowed to do this on Prize Picks. Otherwise, we would just take Penix and his player there. I also want to show you guys something real quick, too. If I can find it quickly. Let's see. I might even pause the video. But I use the sportsbook to just kind of compare, just so that we can see what a fair value for a sportsbook would be. So let's just throw this in there just so you guys can see. Remove all selections. We'll go to passing props. So if we go Penix here, and then we go McMillan here, and we do $50 on this same game parlay, it's going to win 81, right? The same play over on Prize Picks is paying 150, so you're winning 100. So this play should pay significantly less, and that is where we pick Prize Picks apart. We hit them from profitable angles. That's why it's such a beautiful play. That's why we're taking it 100 times out of 100. Next up, Xavier Legette. If you've been with me, you know the name. Xavier Legette. The first ever, man. This guy gave us the greatest Saturday of our lives when he went for a 78-yard touchdown and a 75-yard touchdown. Xavier Legette is the reason that Underdog Fantasy has banned hundreds of my followers. This man single-handedly broke Underdog Fantasy, and he's a fucking legend. I follow him on Instagram just for what he did a couple Saturdays ago. So, Adonis Smith on Texas A&M, he's a stud. He can eat up most of these yards if needed, but I don't think Legette's going to need any help. I think Legette and Rattler get there. But man, Adonis Smith is a beautiful player to have tied into this one. And then Luther Burden, Brady Cook, probably one of the best quarterback receiver duos in the nation with Malik Neighbors. I mean, I can name on less than 5 fingers players I would rather have than Malik Neighbors. I think maybe you go Odunze, McMillan, Franklin, maybe those 3 with Oregon and Washington. I don't know, man. I'd take Malik Neighbors over Franklin even. And we haven't seen McMillan play. Honestly, Malik Neighbors and Luther Burden, you could argue they're 1-2 as far as if you're betting receivers to go over on receiving yards. This is a beautiful play right here. 50 to win 100. And just so you guys know, man, just so y'all know, I've got a lot of money in the account. I would give anything to put $1,000 on each of these. I'd put $2,000 on each of these. But I'm limited. I'm limited because I win. And to prove to you guys this, because you might be new here, this might be your first time watching me, I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. The bathtub was overflowing. I had to go stop it. We're about to give Junior a bath after I upload this video. But if you're new here, then you wouldn't know this. But, let me see. Receiving yards. I am severely limited on all of these apps, guys. I am severely limited. So this is a plus EV play. Don't even really have to research it just because I know it's a plus EV play. So I'll do 200 to win 2,000. And maximum entry amount for college football is $100. So the most they'll let me get down on each player is $100. I just burned $50 on all of those quarterbacks. And I just want to say that because the foundation of this YouTube channel was me putting big money down and winning big money. And it's kind of had to shift to me just giving winning picks and getting down as much as possible. And you guys are winning the big money, and then you guys get limited, and you'll have to figure out ways to get more big money down. But it's important to me to show you guys that I am putting money behind all of these picks. And I can't really do that as much anymore. But it's a big piece of my channel and who I am and my integrity. And I just see so many fake gurus in this space and people that have no clue what they're talking about with the math. They have no clue what they're talking about with the football. And they're actually convincing people, they're conning them into buying their picks, and their picks suck. And that's super important to me to show you guys that. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Tons of free picks, 6 free picks total. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. And also, if you haven't joined the Chalkboard group chat, join the Chalkboard group chat. It's free to join. I post free picks in there every single day. And it's just a fun community. When we win, it's a fun community. When we lose, people get a little hostile. But we're going to win on Saturday, so it's going to be a fun group chat in there Saturday. So I'll see you guys in the group chat. See you guys in the next upload. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, everybody.